Throw it down, big man.
Welcome everybody back to the Throw It Down Big Fella podcast. The crew, we are back. I am back. My boy is back. I was in Dallas, Texas this past week. Man, traffic is crazy there. Just word of advice for those people that want to go to Dallas. Have some patience, because everything is like 45 minutes to wherever you gotta go. And so I was in Wiley, Texas. I was in Marquee, like Garland, Texas. I was in the area of Dallas, and traffic, no matter what time it is bad. It's just bad. I did a lot of driving. I did a lot of driving. It's bad. I appreciate Memphis traffic more than ever now, without a doubt.
It can't be as bad as Houston though.
I've never been. I've heard Houston is bad, but man, Dallas is bad.
I believe Dallas is bad. I've never been to Dallas, but I've been to Houston. If Dallas is anything like Houston, and I heard Houston was like the 5th largest city in the country,
something like that. Top five.
Right. Yeah. I'm good on that.
But I had a good time though. I was at a graduation, family graduation party. I went to the Texas Rangers baseball game. They played the Los Angeles Angels, even though they lost. Still, that stadium is nice. Global Life is nice. Y'all need to check that out. Defending champions from last year. Off to a slow start this year, but it's a nice baseball stadium. You have to check that out. Next to the AT&T Stadium, Cowboy Stadium.
Is that your first big league park?
I've been to St. Louis, and I've been to the Brave Stadium. They're all nice too, but this one is brand new. I think they've been there for,
I think it's like 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3, yeah, not that long, but it is nice. You get a ticket, you get all you can eat food. That's a nice perk to have, like free hot dogs.
How you get that perk?
I didn't know. I walked in. I bought the tickets. We sat down near the right field, where you can get a home run ball, yada yada. Sit down, and I'm like, can we get free food with our ticket? Everybody's like, yes. I said, okay. So I came in, you get hot dogs, nachos, chips, drink, all for free throughout the game. Can't beat that. So shout out to Texas, Dallas area. It was a nice time. All right, so we are we have the Final Four set for the NBA. Before we talk about that, preview the conference finals, man, these game sevens, whoo, it's crazy. And of course, we got to start with the defending NBA champions, the Denver Nuggets. The shock of all shocks. I was skeptical. I was like, okay, Wolves in 7, let's just get some new champions in. The way that they played, they came back down 20 points. Jokic and Jamal Murray had a great game. Nobody else stepped up, of course. Minnesota, Anthony Edwards, 6 for 24. The iconic Kobe game, 6 for 24. And he still found a way. The Wolves found a way. Just what are your thoughts about what the Wolves did? That epic comeback, largest comeback in Game 7 history.
All right, so that day I had missed like the first half of the first quarter. I watched all of the second quarter and got like halfway into the third quarter before I just had to go to sleep for work. And at the time, I went back to like rewatch the game. Whenever I fell asleep, that's exactly the time that they started their comeback. So I fell asleep during the comeback live, but I ended up watching it on DVR, and my goodness, it was just like, it's one thing to come back, but I believe they were down by like 30.
Yeah,
it's
not with 20.
It's 20.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to come back like that, but it's another thing to like not only come back, but put your foot on their throats.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, bro, like these boys are serious. They
Yeah.
and everybody was just like, what are they doing? How you gonna have two big men? What team plays with two big men? They built that team to go against Denver because you need two big men whenever you're having um back to
Jokic.
back, yeah,
Yeah.
back to back big man MVP. Like
Mhm.
you're gonna need two big men.
And Nas
And
Reed coming off the bench, who can give you another body. Yeah.
boy, and shout out to him because he came in and started making an impact on the court.
I didn't know his defense was that good. His defense is because I know he was 6 man of the year in his offense. He could shoot. I just didn't know he could play defense like that. I was thoroughly shocked at that.
Right. And and he was quiet. I believe he was quiet in the first half,
Yeah.
but that second half he came out and he was just like, nah.
Yeah.
If I got something to say, I'ma say it. And boy, he came out there, carried that team on his back, and they all rallied together. And man, I kind of feel bad for Jokic. He didn't. I feel like he didn't really just have his best game.
34-19.
Feel,
Is that a bad 34-19 game? I mean, is it quiet?
I feel like compared.
It goes back to my point. Nobody else was in double figures. Jokic and Jamal Murray had 69 of the 90 points. So no, it was just them two.
But that's my other thing though. Also, Jamal. Okay, I wouldn't say okay for the both of them. They both had spotty games in this series.
Oh yeah, game 6
and
45 points.
Game 6, and I believe like game 3 maybe they were supposed to win.
Well, they won. No, game 3 they won. It was they won game 0-2. They were down 0-2. They won 3 and 4. Jamal Murray at that half court shot game 4. Right. Like, yeah, I'm back. I mean, Jamal after that he kind of appeared, but it was the second half of game 7. Anthony Edwards said, "I'm guarding him. I'm guarding Jamal Murray," and he locked him down.
He locked him down.
He locked him down, and that's the shocking part. Rudy Gobert hit that turnaround like. He tried to touch that thing on the moon. Like it was like a movie. How far that thing was. Like, bro. I was like, wow. Like, but so people are saying that the Nuggets dynasty. I said, let's just pump the brakes on that. Like I said this before. I was like, can they win one first? I mean, can they win back to back? Now you look at it now, the off season now for the Denver Nuggets. What exactly do they need to do? Do they need to get the bench a little bit better? Do they need to make a marquee trade?
I would ship off Jamal.
Whoa.
To build to get to of course replace him, but I will also try to boost the bench as well. Yeah. So if they can possibly get like a 2-for-1. Or something like that. If they could get a 2-for-1 for Jamal, that'd be perfect. You get somebody to come in, replace him on the 1, and then you get somebody else to come in as like your. I wouldn't say your 6-man because I feel like your 6-man is already taken care of by what's that boy's name? Michael Porter. He started.
Michael Porter.
No, does Michael Porter start?
Yeah, he started. He say started. Yeah.
Okay.
You mean the bench for the Nuggets? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Christian Braun, the white one.
There we go. That's what I'm thinking about. Christian Braun.
What about Holiday? Justin Holiday. I'm telling you that Bruce Brown trade and Jeff Green hurt him. It hurt him. Nobody wants to admit it, but it hurt them. Like they had no depth. And they were relying on Watson, who played some in the Lakers series, didn't play a whole lot in this Minnesota Timberwolves series. Christian Braun, Justin Holiday had one good game and then just didn't show up for it. But you're right about the bench. They need to improve their bench.
They got to be, yeah.
If they're gonna do a Jamal Murray trade, it has to be a blockbuster trade. Like
I would do it. I don't know what his contract situation looking like right now. But if he's He may be tied into maybe 26 or 27. Let me double check.
It's
But
next. After next year. He's a free agent. We talked about it last week. I think you say Jamal Murray. I think Michael Porter Jr. might be the one that they like because I want to give him a pass a little bit because of his brother, his idiotic brother, for all the betting that he did. I want to give him a pass, a little mini pass. I mean, he was off this series. He was on in the Lakers series, but he was completely off in this, and they needed him. They needed him, KCP. Both of them did not show up. Aaron Gordon had a couple spurts, like you said, but I think it's one move, and it's going to be a move that kind of shocks people. It's either Jamal Murray, like you said, or Michael Porter, or maybe KCP. You know,
it may be all of them.
maybe all three.
It
Like
may,
you
it
said,
may, but if they do that, people are going to start to overhype it, and they be like, "Oh, they're blowing up," blah blah blah. Not necessarily. They're just moving some pieces around
yeah,
to bolster their roster and
right,
also cut down on the payroll.
yeah,
I mean, next year, let me see. Jamal's gonna be making 36 next
mm,
year.
mm,
That that's high. That's gonna be his highest uh annual salary on this contract,
mm,
which is going to be his last year.
mm. That's a
So it's
lot.
just like
That's a lot.
you're gonna have to ship. If you don't ship him now, then you're gonna have to eat that 36, pay him that 36 next year, and then you may be able to ship. Yeah, you ain't got no choice but to because he's a unrestricted free agent after next year.
Mm.
So I
Well,
really feel like if you want, I don't think they're gonna want to give him another contract
right.
personally. So if
Mm.
you want value off of him now, you better get off of him starting this off season, or at least before the trade deadline. At
Mm.
least.
I hear you. What about is this Donovan Mitchell spot? Is this a place that they can try to get him? I'm thinking low key Josh Giddey might be a good fit in Denver. I mean, he might be because I think
That could also
OKC is
work.
definitely because I think OKC is definitely shipping him out. I think that's really clear. But it's interesting what the Nuggets do. Michael Malone couldn't happen to a more classy man. The way that interview that he said that was a stupid question. The guy asked about how you had a 20-point lead, you blew the largest game 7 halftime lead in history. Like, what are your thoughts on what Mike Malone's his post game antics?
That boy's just a
He's
salty
salty.
coach. Just a salty coach.
And he did all that talking last year, talking about Lakers, who's your daddy, and all that type of stuff. Like, you want to.
Just a salty coach.
That's what I'm saying. You want to talk all that talk. You gotta when the L's come in, coach. You gotta take them too. So I I like how the Nuggets they're great like everybody else. They were not above. Everybody wants to put them like this. They're still gonna be a top 14. I don't want to get it
Sure.
twisted, but let's not act like they're one and everybody else 2, 3, 4. No, you're right here. Like you're not
I mean,
nobody's scared of you. Nobody should be afraid of the Nuggets.
I
That's
mean,
my
this year really just told it all why you shouldn't be scared of the Nuggets. I mean, it was damn near a three-way tie for first in the West
and they
between the
lost to the
Nuggets,
Spurs, and they lost to the
Eagles.
Spurs
Right.
that dropped them down to 3. So it's like the Spurs beat you, and they're playing for nothing. Like
Exactly. So I
that tells you
mean,
everything you need to know. Like
they are quote unquote human. They are
yes,
beatable.
yes.
It's just
And the Lakers
just
series, this is what pisses me off so much about the Lakers series. Like we had them twice. Game Jamal Murray, great play. We get it, but it was like Michael Porter, KCP, Aaron Gordon. It's like whack a mole. It's like all right, we let Murray and Jokic do their thing, but here goes Porter hitting 21, hitting 7 threes. Here goes KCP hitting 5 threes. Here goes Aaron Gordon hit 30 and 10. Like that's the part that pisses me off. That the
when
Lakers
their
have.
roster is clicking. When their roster is clicking, you can't beat them.
You can.
Now,
Well,
now,
you
if
can.
if the starting five is clicking, and they get 2 people off the bench to contribute about 8 to 10 points, oh, it's all right.
We'll see.
It's definitely all right because Jokic's going to give you an automatic 30 piece. So that's
Right.
30 on the scoreboard. Jamal
Right.
going to give you a good 25. So what? That's 55 on the scoreboard. Michael Porter Jr. He gonna give you at least 15.
Supposed
Now,
to.
now it's supposed to. So now we're here and we're like 70 already.
Right.
We just on 3 players already. We already about at 70 points.
Right.
Oh man!
But think about that game 7.
Get to
But think about game 7. Like they had 69, both of them, but everybody else had 21.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
They're
When they're not clicking, then it's going to be a long night from the Nuggets. But if they are clicking, then night.
Right. It's just so
we'll I feel like their next move. Yeah, I feel like their next move. They just need to get more consistent players that can actually contribute more coming off the bench. What that consists of, I don't know, but there's definitely going to be some off-season moves in Denver.
Okay. So we'll see about that. Last one, the Pacers and Knicks. I just think for the Knicks' sake, congratulations to the Pacers. I mean, they're playing, they're in the conference finals against the Boston Celtics, but the Knicks, injuries after injuries after injuries after injuries. Like, is this Tom Thibodeau's fault?
Nah, I ain't gonna put the hammer down on Tibbs this time. Like you said, it was just injuries. New York has already been through a lot, and don't get it wrong, them boys, even though they were battling injuries, they were still like winning some major key games. They weren't quitting at all. Mm-hmm. There wasn't any type of quit in any of them Knickerbockers up there. I'm telling you. And so that they did as much as they could. I feel like that fan base should be proud of what the New York Knicks have done this year. Right. And there's only nowhere else but improving. So I know we spoke about Donovan Mitchell. Maybe Donovan makes a move over there, and teaming him up with Bronson and stuff, or they could
improve their bench.
I mean, yeah, they could also improve their bench too. So there's going to be some work that needs to be done over there. But I feel like both Denver and New York, they're just like 1 or 2 pieces away from like being back in conference finals talk, like automatic conference finals.
Yeah. And Jalen Brunson just unbelievable. Like I hope he gets more recognition next year. It's just unfortunate, that I like his answer press conference. It's like, was this a successful season? No. Just we didn't get to the NBA finals. No. So I like that from your best player, that the job's not finished. Like we still have work to do. Indiana Pacers, if they shoot the way they shot that game 7, they shot an NBA record 67%. You can't you can't beat that. There's just no way you can beat that. So
yeah, it's just one of those games. Like I mean, that's in any type of NBA basketball game. If you got one team that's shooting over 70%, you're not winning that game. I'm sorry. You could be Denver, you can be OKC, you can be Memphis, you can be
Detroit,
Cleveland, Boston, whoever. If one team is shooting the ball over 70%, you just not winning the game.
You're not.
Sorry, you're just not.
You're not.
And that's what happened. Unfortunately, that's what happened to New York. The Indiana Pacers put 70 on their heads at halftime, and that was it.
Yeah, Brunson left with his hand. He fractured his hand. I'm like, then Josh Hart had his abdominal hurt, and OG played like 5 minutes. He was out. I was just like, man.
That's what I'm saying. They were just battling. They were just hurt, and they were just trying to get through as much as they could. And unfortunately, all that took a toll on them in the long run. And like I said, just one of those games where the other team, on top of your injuries, shoots 70+% from the field. Sorry.
Unbelievable. I wanted to see New York and Boston so bad, but Indiana Boston. It should be highly entertaining if Boston does not play defense and the Kristoff Porzingis injury is now interested. Now they're saying Game 4 he might come back.
Game 4.
Like okay, we'll see how this is gonna play out. So OKC Dallas. This ended on Saturday. Why the PJ? So here's my thing. Like it was gonna be they were up 1 last play Game 6. PJ Washington had the shot. I'm sorry, SGA, you gotta let him just shoot that. Like I know Luka had the ball, passed out to PJ Washington. Of course, PJ got fouled and he hit the free throws that won the game. Was that the right call play for SGA? Should you have just let PJ just shoot the shot, make or miss? I mean,
Nah, you still contest the shot. You just got to be
even though
smart whenever you're contesting the shot.
you fell for the pump fake. It's like, okay, you got like 2 seconds left.
that-
What is he supposed to like?
That's his fault for falling for the pump fake. You know, he should have.
Mm.
She should have just stayed disciplined enough. He bit the pump fake, and that gave him the green light to go ahead and get that easy call.
And then turned around. He turned around and just put it. I'm like, but just let him shoot. You already went for the pump fake. Just all right. You made it. Like PJ watched it. No disrespect to PJ, but it's PJ watched it. It's not Kyrie. It's not Luka. Like it's PJ watched it. Like, but Dallas won. OKC. What's the future for OKC? Is this one of those you're the number 1 seed? Is this a fall off time now? You put everything on for SGA. Like this is his golden year, and like is this is he gonna fall back? Is he gonna continue what he's doing?
You just run it back. It's one of those running back situations. If he broke, don't fix it. I mean, there was nothing wrong with that team. They're just young. So one is like their first
they need size.
Playoff.
They need size though.
Yeah, I mean they do need size, but I mean, since when do you really just need size in the NBA?
Look at Minnesota.
I mean, size
we
would
laughed
help.
about it. We laughed about
size would help.
Okay,
I get it. I understand. Size will help, but it's not needed. And we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out because Minnesota is a bigger team than Dallas, right?
You are. Yeah, we can talk about it now. Minnesota, Dallas. This tomorrow. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it right now. I really think this has to be Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns' blueprint. They gotta like explode. They have no size. It's no disrespect to Derek Lively, PJ Washington, Max Keebler. He's still out. So I don't. They have no big man. Like there's a glaring. It's just right there. Like you don't have to deal with Jokic and with other big men like Aaron Gordon. You don't have to deal with that. You have to deal with Lively and Washington. They should one of them should get 10 rebounds each game. That's how dominant. Like you feel the same way, right? It has to be they have to dominate inside the boards and everything. They got to.
This is their game to dominate. This is their game where they shouldn't have really too many issues. Like both of them should have a double-double, if not knocking on a double-double each and every game. And when I say a double-double, I mean like at least 15 points for each of them. And like I said, bare minimum 10 rebounds. But like we're talking about a 30-20 combination between the two of them. Like if they don't show up, it's going to be another long series for them, which I don't think they have it in them. If they play another long 6-7 game series against the Mavs, it's not going to look well for them. In my opinion, because they barely made it out Denver.
That's
Denver
the defending champs.
Back on them.
That's the defending champs.
I totally get that, and I understand. But still, though, you guys, once upon a time, we're up 2-0.
You're right. And I thought it was going to be a sweep. I thought it was going to be a sweep. I admit I was wrong on that. I admit I was wrong. But the way they looked, and it's like, but I knew after that game 3 and 4, I was like, oh, we got a series now. We definitely got a series. I mean, game 5, Look at game 5. They're up 3-2, and everybody thought it's over. Ain't no way Minnesota's gonna come back.
Uh-huh.
And then game 6 and 7. Game 6
Yep.
was like, yeah, like they won it. And it was like game 7 is do or die. So I give credit for them to fight back down 3-2. You're dealing with Dallas now. We know what with Luka and Kyrie. We know what they do. They make it do what it do. We already know that.
Exactly. And if it goes deep, it's not good for T Wolves. Hey, what's that stat? Has Kyrie Irving ever lost a game 7 in his life?
He has not lost a game 7. No.
Never lost a game 7 in his life. They don't need this series to go to 6-7. If the T Wolves are smart, they need to take care of the Mavericks early, just like what they're trying to do with the Nuggets. They need to take care of Dallas early. That's
so
possible.
5 and 6. 5 and 6.
Yeah.
5 and 6. And that's why I think Wolves in 6. I just think Anthony Edwards' defense. He said after post game, I'm going Kyrie Irving. Oh, okay.
Godspeed.
I mean,
Godspeed. Not saying it's impossible, but listen, I'm gonna keep saying it again. No, there's a difference between Kyrie Irving and Jamal Murray.
They're both.
I'd rather have Kyrie Irving any day of the week, and easily. Kyrie Irving should be playing for Team USA this year in Paris, but he's not.
Your slogan. That's your slogan. That's your slogan. Yes. I get it. That's your slogan. He should be on the USA team. I get it. It's gonna be a fun series. I say Wolves in 6. What's your prediction for the series?
Let me go ahead and get Wolves in 6 too. I agree with you.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say Mavs in 6. I thought that was what you Mavs in 7.
Overall, Minnesota has the overall team build to beat Dallas, but like the combination of Luka and Kyrie, that's almost as equivalent to LeBron and Kyrie. You just got two pretty much Hall of Fame caliber players on one team. I don't think the T-Wolves got 2 Hall of Fame caliber players on their team.
Rudy Gobert. He's a Hall of Famer. He is. He's won Defensive Player 4 times. He's a Hall of Famer. Mike Conley. He's got the experience. Like if anything, Mike Conley.
I wouldn't say Hall of Famer though.
Not Hall of Famer, but he's got the veteran leadership. This is Mike Conley. Sure. To me, Mike Conley's the X factor. Like he plays just lights out. Like I know Mike Conley can't like. And Anthony now Mike Conley might guard Luka, which he shouldn't probably guard Kyrie. I think Edwards should guard Kyrie. I really do. Like I really think Luka should bully him. He should. But the size of Minnesota, it should just dominate Dallas. Man. They should just dominate.
Long.
Even if he gets past Conley, Gobert and Cat should be, and Jaden McDaniels should all be in the area. Like, I think size, they gotta enforce their size. This has gotta be their series. Like, so I would go that route. Boston and Indiana is actually a close.
I know. See, they coming back. Indiana is.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know what the score is on your end, but I got Indiana up by 1. Well, now Boston up by 1.
Yeah, well, yeah, same thing. So, how do you feel like this series will play out?
If it's like this, then boy, we got a long one. But I don't. Bless. We're about 10:30 in the game. I'm gonna say this: each and every game, bet the over.
Yeah.
Both of these teams don't play a lick of defense.
Well, Boston's supposed to, but they don't.
They're supposed to, but they don't. Especially with the Pacers, they don't play a lick of defense.
No, Pacers play no.
If you go back and look at the 5-game series that they had prior to the playoff series, each game went each team had at least 110. Yeah. At least 110. At one point, there was one game that was like 133, 131, or like 133, 134. Like, bro, this game. So if you're betting on this game, go ahead and bet the over. It looks like both teams are going to hit 110 yet again. Look at that. Boy, look at defense.
Look at defense.
So it's going to be a action-packed pace series that's I think it's going to really determine by home court advantage. And if I'm right about that, then I got Boston edging it out. I don't know if it's going to go to a full 7 games,
Mm-hmm.
but I got to go on past 4 at least. We ain't with this definitely isn't a sweep territory. This isn't a sweep city type of
No,
ordeal.
no.
So we're going to get extra games in this series. It's going to be either 5 or 6. I don't see it going 7 though.
Mm-mm. Same thing. I think this would probably be Celtics in 6. I think Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they have to just put the they're the favorites. The Celtics are the favorites to win the championship. Period. End of discussion.
Oh
You
yeah,
gotta
at
take care
this
of business.
point, definitely.
You gotta take care of business. And like we said on previous episodes, if they do not take care of business this year, they gotta blow up the team. You gotta blow it up. There's just no
Yeah,
ifs,
yeah,
ands, or
yeah.
buts.
Now I
You
will
gotta
agree
blow it
with
up.
that aspect. I will agree. If
You
we're
gotta
talking
blow it
about what teams do after this season, if
Right.
the Celtics lose this series, oh man, yeah, you got to change
You
a
gotta
lot
blow
of
it up.
things up. You got to change a lot of things up
You
because
gotta
there's
blow
no
it up.
way you're relevant for what these past 3, 4
Right.
years they've been like Eastern Conference Finals relevant.
Right.
There's no way that you have the best record in the NBA because I think the past years that they haven't had the best record in the NBA.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I think Denver had the best record last year,
Yep.
and I believe the year before that Denver had it again.
No, it was Boston.
It
No.
was Boston.
No. It was last year. It was Denver overall. The
Correct.
year that y'all won, that was the year y'all won the championship. Who had number one? Who was number one? It wasn't you guys. Y'all were like 3.
We were
Memphis
like a
was
3
2.
seed.
Yeah, Memphis was 2.
It had to been Denver.
Who was number 1?
Unless hold on. No, yeah, that's the
because Memphis was 2 seed. You guys were 3. No. Yeah. Y'all were 3, and then y'all won in 6. But who was the number 1?
I really feel like it was.
I think it was Denver. I think it probably
it
was.
Denver.
Probably was Denver. But you guys won that championship that year. Y'all were 3 seeds. So I mean, once y'all beat Memphis, I was like, yeah, they're gonna win. I think that was legit Memphis's realistic shot to win the championship. Like everything was falling right in place for them.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
I mean, that particular year, yeah, that was one of their best chances to win a championship. We're not going to say that the championship window is closed because of injuries that the Grizzlies have suffered, and we talked about that a lot throughout this past season. But
well,
that
John's not ready.
year,
well, John's not going to be ready till January. December. He's not going to be ready until for October. That's not going to happen.
No, he probably. I'd say probably Thanksgiving. I think they're gonna try to ship him out a little bit earlier. I'm gonna call it Thanksgiving. If not Thanksgiving, the beginning of December.
Right. So
they ain't
again,
gonna wait until mid-December like they did this past year.
But they start off slow again, like we said. Like we'll see. But
hopefully not.
These conference finals are going to be exciting. Can't wait to watch it. With that said, we enjoyed you guys. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Throw It Down Big Fella, and our Instagram, Throw It Down Big Fella Pod. We will see you guys next time for Greg and my running mate Darren. We'll see you guys. Until then, peace out.
Auskies.
Throw it down, big man.